Hey, it's me with February's edition of Whatever It Takes, advancing into your future. And this month we are going to talk, for February, we're going to talk about your financial goals. I like to start by saying your financial goals need to be very specific. They need to be measurable. You need to have a time frame of when you can achieve those or when you want to achieve those, and they need to be realistic. Base it on what you're making or the outcome of what you will make, and the goals that can be reached, and that way you don't get discouraged. Put numbers, put time frames, and really give yourself time to think about these. Don't be very vague and just say in 15 years I want to retire. Say in 15 years I want to retire and I want to have an income each month of this much, and use some online calculators to kind of see how much you need to be setting aside to achieve those goals. Or even if you want to purchase a new car within a couple years, say, okay, I'm gonna act like I'm already making the payment, and that way when the couple years come up, you can afford the car and you can pay for it. I like to set financial goals up into 3 different categories: short term, mid-term, and long-term. Short term meaning less than 2 years, stuff like vacations, which can also be mid-term too. But kind of look ahead 2 years and see if you want to take any elaborate vacations and see if you need to be saving money for that. Stuff like cars, if you're paying down debt and that's a goal that you want to achieve, definitely put that in a short-term goal. And for me, maintaining a monthly budget is very a short-term goal, because it's very hard to stick to a budget, and it's a weekly, daily kind of struggle, because temptation does come in the way. There's things that pop up that you weren't expecting, but if you've kind of budgeted for those oopsie problems, hopefully you'll be set with those. Mid-term goals is anywhere from like 2 to 10 years. Stuff like if you're going to need a new roof, a new car, those debts still. You might owe on something bigger, student loans or something, and it might take you a little longer than 2 years to pay off. And long term is anything longer than 10 years. Stuff like saving for your kids' college, saving for your retirement, paying maybe for a mortgage, or maybe a purchase of a new home, or kind of do a budget. So you're going to take your income minus your expenses. The first thing that's going to come out is your priority expenses, things like your housing, your utilities, transportation, and food. You need food. Have those come out first, then any payments that you have and anything left over is going to go toward those goals. Prioritize your goals. Get to those, say the short-term goals first, but still keep those long-term goals in mind. A great way to build to these goals is through your income. If you're, like I said before, be realistic. If you're seeing that you're not going to get to these goals, maybe you need to boost your income, maybe you need to change your career, maybe you need to get more education so you can further your career, or maybe you even need to get a second job if you're really persistent of getting to these goals quickly. Think of different ways you can do. If it's not an income problem, maybe it's just a problem of your spending. If you're paying down debts, it's sucking you dry. It's taking all your income away, and you're not being able to fund those goals that you're looking for. So try to get rid of those debts, and and put it towards something that's a bigger priority for you, a bigger goal. Finally, think about what you want, have a better outlook of, and put it down. Talk it over with your partner and work together to achieve these goals and work toward the short-term future and the long-term future, and see where you want to be within the next couple years, and further out into the future. That's all. Bye.